everyone, and welcome to Logos for February 3rd. And today we're going to be talking about Jesus and his friends. We've talked a little bit in Sunday school about when Jesus called his friends, his disciples, to join him and help him with his work. And he called Andrew and Peter when they were out fishing. But he also had other friends, Martha and Mary, that he went to their house and they entertained him. And then he also taught them, and they learned from him about his mission and what they should do, how they should live. So the stories today that I'll be sharing with you are about Martha and Mary and Jesus and how their friendship came about. And some questions to think about while we're doing this is, who were Jesus's friends? We know his disciples, but there were other friends that he had as well that he would visit, and he made friends, I think, wherever he went, when he went and visited and stopped at people's homes that helped him with meals along the way. And we can think about, what did Jesus do with his friends? And then, who is a good friend for you? Now, I know right now a lot of us are at home, so some of your friends may be more virtual, or they may be family members right now that are your friends as well. But think about who is a really good friend to you and how you can be a good friend to others. So our story today is about Martha and Mary. Jesus was at Martha and Mary's house, and Mary sat down to listen to Jesus. But Martha rushed around getting all the food ready. Martha was very upset. "Jesus," she said, "I'm doing all the work all by myself. Tell Mary to help me." "Oh, Martha," said Jesus gently, "Mary wants to be with me. She has chosen what is most important." And then that was from the My First Read Aloud Bible. Next, I'm going to share the story from the New International Version. And this is Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. As Jesus said his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work all by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." And then we will also hear the story from the Children's Bible. And this is also in general from Luke chapter 10. Martha, Mary, and their brother Lazarus were good friends of Jesus. They lived in Bethany, a small town on the slopes of the Mount of Olives, only half an hour's walk from Jerusalem. So whenever Jesus and his friends visited Jerusalem, they called on their friends at Bethany. One day, Martha caught sight of the disciples coming up the road with Jesus, looking dusty and tired. She flew to put more sticks under the oven so that she could cook them a meal. Mary went to meet the visitors. She made sure that Jesus had a cool drink and water for washing. Then she sat down beside him, listening to every word he had to say. Martha grew hot and flustered as she cooked one dish after another. She began to feel very angry with Mary for leaving her to do all the work. At last she could bear it no longer. She bustled across to Jesus, interrupting his words. "Can't you tell Mary to give me a hand?" she asked. "I don't see why I should get the meal single-handed." "Martha, dear," Jesus said kindly, "don't be worried and bothered. All we need is something simple. Then you would have time to be with us and hear what I have to teach you, all while you have the opportunity. A woman's place is not with the dishes all the time. Mary has chosen to do something far more important, and I'm not going to stop her." Another story that is shared with us is about Jesus inviting his friends, including Andrew and Peter, to join him in his ministry as disciples. His meeting with Andrew is casual and comfortable, but it concludes with a come and see moment that expands his circle of friends to include Andrew's brother Peter. Jesus then goes fishing with Peter, surprising him with bursting nets and an invitation to fish for people. Finally, Jesus visits two sisters who receive him joyfully as a guest in their home, expressing their devotion to him in very different ways. His visit is a gentle lesson on the gift of his presence. So the important thing to remember is we do want to take time to be with our friends and to learn from them, like Jesus let his friends come and learn with him. And then for our activity today, in your handouts, you should have the sheet that says, Let's Be Friends. And it says, look at all of these friendly faces. Could they be your friends? Trace the hands of friends here and add their names. And thank God for the gift of friends. At this time, I would say trace hands of people in your family, maybe sisters and brothers, maybe moms and dads, maybe grandma and grandpa. All of those, although they're family, they can be our friends as well. We can think about all the friends that we will be seeing in the future and that we see online right now as we look at their faces. I'm going to go ahead and trace my hand here. And mine will be bigger, I'm sure, than yours. You guys have your small hands here, but however many you can fit on the page of your friends, you trace their hand here. And I'll go ahead and put my name, Miss Sarah. And you can put your friends' names. So you can remember all the friends that you have, and that Jesus is one of those friends as well. Lastly, let's join together in prayer. Friendly God, thank you for creating us to be caring friends and for giving us Jesus, the perfect friend. Amen.